We got motion. We getting my boy WG on Quan. Back with the motherfucking reaction video. I know it's been like 2 weeks since I posted. We back on the round, folks. I know I'm bumming. I don't even know this song, folks. I don't know who that is singing. Sound hard though. He must have been a rapper. Louisiana mom killed less than 24 hours after health police arrest her son for murder.
Hell no. No, remember you said you was like, oh, I'm gonna leave.
Fam, normally I don't give my opinion on these stories. But when it comes to a story like this, it hits me differently. I come from that background. So it's not much you can tell me to make me think otherwise that you're a sucker. If you're killing an innocent woman in her 70s for being a citizen because you want to live by that street code, in real life you're a female dog. And every bone
Not real spill though. Killing somebody mom dukes.
on you is soft. And trust me,
After the son already gone?
Family, today
What we
we talk
doing?
about a mom who
Straight savages in Louisiana.
played for her son to turn himself in and gave his location up after he was wanted for murder. In return, she was stabbed to death by her own nephew, who was upset for giving up his location, which happened less than 48 hours of her making a Facebook post, which we'll later read. And her
The nephew killed the mom? Like, I wonder if that was her sister's son. Because if that is, that's even more wild.
adopted son being turned in, having her blood spilled for retaliation. Today we go over this story, go over the details, expose the clowns, and most of all, pay our respect to the victims. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Fam, today we visit a place called Homer, Louisiana, located in Terrebonne Parish in southern Louisiana, around 50 miles southwest of New Orleans. It serves as
That's supposed to be going in next month too. That's the crazy part.
the parish seat. The city has rich cultural heritage, influenced by Creole, Cajun, and Native American, with a population of around 33,000 people, making it one of the larger cities in the region, causing a huge gap between wealthy, rich, and poor. Born as an orphan, and owner was a kid who went by the name of Joseph Paul Williams. But at 2 years old, he would be adopted by a lady named Joyce Williams, now 75 years old in 2025. Now, Miss Williams was a single mom essentially, but things would start to look good for Joseph as he got older and realized that Miss Williams had took him in at 2 years old. But as he got older, he shifted towards the streets, and Miss Williams no longer had control of her adopted son. And on the very first day of 2025, according to Homer Police Department, Miss Williams' adopted son had committed a murder alongside a female. It was a Wednesday, January 1st,
On the first of the
2025.
month?
HPD had reported that officers responded to the 2600 block of Bryant Street at around 1:22 p.m., where they found 31-year-old Tyson Vincent with multiple gunshot wounds. He was pronounced deceased at the scene. May he rest in peace. I love condolences to his family. Family, there's a picture of Vincent and his crime.
Nobody know the motive behind that kill.
From Victoria. When he lost his life, his brother went to Facebook and posted the picture and said the following: "My blood brother, get your rest. Watch over the family. We got your son. Brother, he's straight out here. Brother, watch over us. Long live youngin' Kane." Now, I wanted to show you guys a picture of Vincent and his car, because according to HPD, that's the same car he lost his life in, a Crown White Victoria. They said their initial investigation shows that Vincent was sitting in his car when 27-year-old Joseph Paul Williams and 20-year-old Aja Rittenhouse had approached the vehicle, as Joseph let off multiple rounds, striking Vincent as he pleaded for help before the two ran away. Now,
And he older than him, so like 4 years older than him. Why even Shorty was with him doing that though?
Rittenhouse, the female suspect, she was arrested the same day, as mentioned, 20 years old, and she agreed with the authorities that everything that we just mentioned was correct. But for almost 2 weeks, authorities couldn't locate the alleged trigger man, Joseph Williams. So at first they raided his mom's house, which was the same day Rittenhouse was arrested, but he wasn't home. But his mom, Miss Williams, she went to Facebook and made this post the day her house was raided. Good morning, world. This morning I was woke up by the city police and task force. They were looking for Joe and not me, and they put me on Facebook. But when something happened in their family, I don't put no one on Facebook. Instead of Facebooking the things that happen, you are put in consideration of how the person may feel at the time and go to see if anything you can do to comfort them. I got woke up out of my sleep not knowing what in the world was going on in this world, and I was weak. I'm not upset for what happened, but it hurts me. I apologize for the grammar. But was still no word the next day or where Joseph was at. Miss Williams went to Facebook.
I thought she about to say, why she even telling people where he at though?
Well, on January 3rd, 2025, and wrote the following. Good morning. I'm coming asking for prayers first. Then I'm coming to ask my son Joseph Paul Williams to turn yourself in. If you don't know how to turn yourself in, try to find Jerome Barker. Try to find a pastor or even call me. And I will try to meet you halfway. I love you as a child. You came into my life at 2.5 years old. I raised you as my child. But I want to let the world know when your children get grown and walk out the door, you cannot say my child did not do anything. Whatever they have done, you are still their parents.
I know she really feeling that pain because since 2 years old, she really raised something. Like, real spill.
Still have feelings. But I asked Joseph to give up himself. Do not get anyone else in trouble. Do I say like Beretta? If you can't do the time, don't do the damn crime. There's no periods, fam, until the very end. So excuse me if I'm doing a runoff sentence. I'm trying my best. But Ms. Williams continued. And I'm asking you this one more time to give it up. Give up. You're wrong for this. You have no right to live. If you don't want to live, that's your problem. But hey, at the end of the day, it comes down to you giving up your life. You're going to live alone. You come down taking a life, and they take your life today. I'll bury you tomorrow. That's how much I love you. That's how much I want you to get off this earth to be a problem for someone else. You have taken a father from his child. You don't know how bad it hurts me, but God will and must be and get it done. But then Miss Williams wouldn't make another post until 2 weeks later. At this time, her son still has yet to be found. But on January 15th, 2025, she went to Facebook and wrote the following. My son gave himself up today. Now I can rest as a mother. And I'm sorry for what he had done, taking a father from his child and his mother. Joseph, I'm sorry. I tried to raise you the best way I know how. Now, you're on your own. But unfortunately, little did Miss Williams know, that would be her last Facebook post. After her blood nephew would take matters into his own hands. A man in his 40s. Because he disagreed with Miss Williams helping authorities locate her son Joseph.
How did they help? How did she help? And why is son even doing that to his own aunt? Like,
now before we go into details about what he
man?
did, let's talk about the arrest of Joseph, according to HPD. They say they responded to the area of East Street after receiving information regarding locations and the whereabouts of Joseph P. Williams. An unknown source, who the nephew claimed to be his mother, provided crucial information that led officers to the whereabouts of Williams. He was taken into custody without incident and transported to the Parish Criminal Justice Complex. Joseph P. Williams has been booked and has been housed for his outstanding warrant on charges of second-degree murder and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The HPD had thanked the community as well as released this photo. Now here's the key information that I must give you guys. This guy who we about to introduce is Miss Williams' nephew, but is Joseph's biological brother. He's identified as 45-year-old Gregory Gaither.
Biological
January 16,
brother?
2024, HPD had responded to a call of a stabbing on Isabel Street at around 10 a.m., which happens to be the home of Miss Williams. When officers arrived inside the home, they found Joyce Williams, 75 years old, with stab wounds. Miss Williams was taken to an area hospital, where she later died. May she rest in peace. I love condolences to her family.
That's OD,
Police
bro.
say Miss Williams was in the argument with her nephew Gregory at the time of the stabbing. During the fight, police say Gregory had struck her and stabbed Miss Williams multiple times. But Gregory stayed on the scene until police arrived and was taken into custody without incident, according to authorities.
That right there just shows you, like, he ain't had nothing to live for. Like, his brother about to go to jail for some time. No parents. She just gave my brother up. That was out of anger right there. I ain't even gonna lie to him. That's a lot of anger built up.
Now, Gregory has been booked in the same criminal justice complex as his brother, Turbone Parish, for one count of second-degree murder. Crazy story to say the least. Once again, rest in peace to all the victims that we talked about in this story. But man, to Miss Williams, that situation crushed me. for just being a mother. And the fact that
Yeah, straight savages in this shit.
we still not at least keeping the older generation off limits. It hurts me. It really does. As far as the brothers,
Somebody's
whatever happened to
mom,
them,
somebody's grandma.
There's more developed family. You know I'm going to keep you guys updated. Sending love and prayers to all the families. Fam, it's time for you guys to talk to me in the comments. This was the story of a 75-year-old woman, a mom from Louisiana, who lost her life in gruesome fashion for helping her child.
Just helping her child.
At least one good
Hurry the
decision
shit up.
by
Hurry the
helping him
process up. Get out of jail. Get in there and get out.
turn
bro.
himself in by the hands of the child that she took in at 2.5 years. Biological brother. Talk to me in the comment.
Like, the brother's not even a real mother, and they just like, oh, this not my real mother. Fuck that lady. Like, damn, you coming like that? She took y'all in. She raised y'all for. Like, you could never bite the hand that feed you, twin. That's biting the hand that feed you. That's wild, gang. Literally, she food sped y'all when y'all was babies, gang. How you gonna do that, gang? That's OD. Hell, links in the bio. Check out the vlog chat. Check out the vlog channel. Check out the podcast. Just dropped a new EP on Come to Reality. This was a crazy reaction, man. I was never expecting nothing like that. I ain't gonna lie to you, twin. We out.